Hey guys, and welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole. I am Chibi, followed by my co-host.
Hi, everybody.
we have Jack and Ken today. No CUPDOG, sadly. But today we were doing a Jujutsu Kaisen episode. I'm super excited about it. I kind of want to start doing like a small synopsis in the beginning for those maybe who haven't watched it. I mean, I hope you have because we're going to be saying some hella spoilers, but just in case, a really skinny, terrible rundown. We have our main character named Yuji Itadori. Itadori is just your typical high school kid who kind of gets thrown into this world of monsters and what are they called? Like sorcerers, right?
Which one? The for Jujutsu Kaisen? Yeah, the sorcerers.
Yeah, the
So you have
sorcerers. I couldn't
curses,
remember
and
which
then you have
terminology.
sorcerers.
Yeah. So you have the curses, which are AKA the monsters, and then you have the sorcerers, who are the people who fight them. So it's a really, really good plot, in my opinion. It's something I don't know. When I was definitely not expecting it when it first came out, like I had no idea what the plot even like entailed. So that's kind of goes with my first question for you guys. What were your expectations versus what we got in the anime and the manga?
Jack, you want to go first?
Yeah. Well, easy for me because I haven't seen any anime that's like this
True.
before. So this was probably the first one that opened me up to the whole sorcery and magic side of things, and curses. So coming in with expectations, really all I expected was to see a lot of dark shit happen,
hmm
a lot of violence, and like just magic.
Okay.
Nothing major.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You pretty much got what you wanted, right? Almost
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, that's nice when you don't have something kind of to compare it to, you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah.
it's kind of like a
I
fresh
didn't have
slate.
anything to compare this to.
I don't really
So
think there's much to compare this to, anyway.
Mm-mm.
I don't
That's
think
why I
so.
was gonna say it's pretty like
I mean,
unique in
it's
itself.
yeah, it's
well,
kind of
Chainsaw Man. Well, hold on.
no
I
chainsaw.
did watch Chainsaw Man before, and that involves
They
curses.
they have like a similar, I would say, like kind of concept, but like JJK is more like curses and I would say like paranormal stuff. With like it in Chainsaw Man, it's more about fear. That's what most of the demons are. Most
Mm.
of the devils are
Mhm.
like the representation of certain fears, like the gun demon or the bullet, whatever he is. It's
Right.
like people's overall fear of guns manifests into this demon or this devil, and then
Mm.
attack people and stuff like that.
See, to
With
be
like,
fair, I've never actually
I
watched
mean,
Chainsaw
JJK is
Man.
also similar to that, but like instead of having like devils fight devils, you have like
Mhm.
sorcerers at different schools in Japan fighting each other. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if it's a global thing. I assume it is. I've read the manga, but I'm still kind of confused about
The
certain
whole
parts of it.
backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, because they really just talk about different parts of Japan, and they're like, "Screw the world. We're just gonna
I
kind of
mean,
talk about
that's
Japan."
essentially how like most anime is, right? And it
Yeah.
should be, right? Rightfully so.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Fuck the world.
Yeah. I mean, if unless you're doing an isekai, you're just like you get hit by a truck, get stabbed, right, and then you fucking get whisked away into some magical fucking world that's not Japan. So I think MHA has like an American character. MHA is probably one of the
Yeah.
few anime that's actually like talked about like other countries.
I
I
Because
haven't
mean,
watched that one yet.
oh, you haven't watched My Hero
it's really
Academia?
good. My
Probably
my hero is really good.
widely considered to have like one of the most toxic fan bases.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
For sure.
But
Didn't Attack on Titan also in the last part 3 of the eighth season kind of start mentioning different countries too, right?
yeah, but that was it's mostly set in a fictional world.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's an island
Fair
of
enough.
like paradise, and then it's like you.
I just know they use the monuments
Yeah, if
in the
you
world.
never watched it before, essentially like they found out something big that you because you're focused and centralized on this certain part of the world, and then it
hmm
opens up in like later chapters, and I think the third season is when they start to like you get to see the how the other side lives, and they live pretty fucking good in comparison.
Reminds me of like the like not to talk about Attack on Titan, but this thought just popped in my head. Kind of like the comparison of like now North Korea and the world. You know how
Oh
they're so
yeah,
and the world is just such a bigger place and it's so different compared to them. So that's kind of like the similarity I drew with Attack on Titan when they started doing that.
Oh, okay. I mean, with JJK, like I didn't know anything about it. I don't really watch shonen. I don't read shonen. My buddy was like, check it out. So I saw who was animating it. I liked Map at the time because I don't think they were like really well known. And this is
Damn, you hate
probably
Mappa now.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like
They just overwork.
yeah, they're overworked, and I feel like there's a lot of like JJK feels like that's the anime that they like really, really kicked a lot of ass in. And then because of what they did with JJK, they just like blossomed into this massive,
That's fair.
But
Organization.
yeah, I thought it was cool, right? When I first saw it, I didn't expect it to be as dark and as graphic as it is because it lulls you into like a false sense of security with how the
that's what I
humor
was
works.
going to say too.
Like I think the first couple episodes are more funny, and then like they hit you with Itadori getting killed.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
Sukuna punches his own heart out, kills Itadori, quote unquote. He survives, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And the other problem is,
and
the other problem is, right, is that the ending is like the dopest song in the world, right? It's like the happiest breakdancing, happy-go-lucky. You're like, dude, he just killed himself. Like, what the fuck are you cheering for? So, yeah, I didn't expect it to be as dark because most shonen, they're not. They get dark, but they're not like consistently depressing at times. Yeah. So
No, I agree. And that was going to be kind of like where I was going to go with it as well. Like, kind of with the intro and obviously the outro, I thought it was not going to be as dark. And Jack, have you read the manga or you just watched the anime?
I've never read any manga, so yeah.
Okay. No worries. I just want to make sure because I don't want to spoil anything for you for the new season coming out. But with the new season coming out, I think it even tops it, in the.
Oh no, it doesn't stop being serious. Like it's
and
as well. So you read? I don't know. You only got into the Shibuya arc, right?
Yeah, I stopped.
So to like inform most people who are watching or listening. So basically, the way it goes into the last arc you saw was, I think they started learning about like the curse paintings and wombs and stuff like that, right? They fought. They eventually killed 2 major curses, and then they're setting up to what's essentially like probably the biggest arc. I think this one was like almost 80 chapters, if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
the Shibuya arc is huge.
But when Jujutsu Kaisen 0 came out, I honestly thought it was the Gojo Ghetto thing, right? Where they were like actually talking, where they were actually getting to know like what happened to Gojo, what really activated him to be him. And then I found out that it was more like the incident 1 year prior. So I was confused. I was like, oh, okay, so they didn't cover that arc yet. So if it's going to be 24 episodes, right? I assume like the first like 4 to 6 are like Gojo, Ghetto, and then it's going to go into there's another arc called like another painting, like a curse painting arc, where it's like Itadori, Nobara, and Megumi. And then after that, it's going to go into the Shibuya arc. So I don't know if you're going to have to get through the entire thing because that's what you're left with.
I don't.
Almost more than 12 episodes. So
they might just do like a cliffhanger, like halfway through at a point, which is gonna suck. But I think I could see them going in that direction.
Oh, dude, like cliffhanger, then have like a movie to finish the rest of it off.
Something like that.
I mean, they did that with Love Is War, right? Yeah. Which was really good, by the way. You should watch the last 4 episodes. It's like the most important fucking arc of that story, too.
Literally, Jacques messaged me too, and he's like, "Please watch it."
Yeah, it's the most.
I haven't finished the last season.
It is literally the most important arc of that anime. But anyway, yeah, with JJK, I didn't know 0 was going to be the 1 year prior, which I thought was cool, man, because you got introduced.
I enjoyed it. I was gonna ask you, Jack, did you watch it?
Oh, yeah,
I did.
I think I was going to jump into Jack's watch party, but I was like, nah, I'll just be like that spoiler. You're like, you like that, Jack? You like the violence, boy?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed the story in that.
Because you get introduced to Yuta, who's like technically the second most powerful sorcerer in JJK, supposedly. Like the dude's an absolute fucking nightmare of a fighter. So it was a really cool introduction. Gives you a little bit more backstory.
I cried twice.
The end was fucking sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so damn sad.
Well, I mean, that's like the whole thing about JJK is that like it's probably one of the most. It's like Demon Slayer, right? Like when people get injured or hurt, like they don't fuck around. Like you're dead. That's how it works. And
We don't fuck around.
What's his name? Who's the creator of the manga?
That's all I gotta say.
He is essentially like, I think his name's Horikoshi. I think I'm wrong, but they constantly get on him because they're like, dude, can you stop fucking being so sad? Because like Itadori sometimes gets treated like he's not the protagonist, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no plot armor. That's one of the things I
Nope.
think is really unique about JJK. I think that's one of the things that people love is that there's really no plot armor for characters. Because when I tell people like, because this is where I think it kind of went off the rails for me a little bit in the manga, is that once you get past the Shibuya arc, because of the aftermath, they just start trying to like introduce all these other things, and I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit about that. Like, what the fuck just
You
happened?
just did all this.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna address the elephants in the room? And there's a lot of them.
I don't know if I like that. Yeah.
And that's but it's picked up now. But like I think that was like my main criticism is that dude, you have this amazing consistent story. You had like legitimately. You took your characters, you introduced everyone effectively, you built everybody up, and then you had these two forces meet each other and had this really epic fucking cool battle. And I was like, damn, that was sick. And then I'm like, what's the aftermath? Are we just jumping right through hoops here? Like, what the fuck, man?
We're just gonna ignore this main plot
Yeah, we're just gonna
for 80 chapters.
Yeah, are you gonna forget about these characters for a second? What the fuck?
Let's deviate really quick from our train wreck.
That's essentially what had happened. But like I think that's what makes JJK so interesting is that it's super chaotic and unpredictable at times.
Yeah. And that was actually going to be my next question. Because JJK is considered, such a good anime, which I don't disagree with. But why do you think it's such a good anime, and what draws people to it? And so you kind of answered it a little bit, Ken, but I don't know if you want to like elaborate, or Jack, like what do you think? For you as someone who hasn't watched a lot of anime, what really draws you in for this one?
The murder.
Murder.
The fight scenes. Like I do enjoy a good fight and a lot of darkness in some of these shows. I mean, I started watching anime with Death Note, which is a super dark.
I was gonna say, calm down there, emo. You know what I'm saying? Jack in high school. He's like, "What's going on, guys?"
Yeah, I mean, it's. I feel like the main characters are always somebody that has to prove something, and I did like the dynamic between the different high schools and the they were always competitive with each other when they were around. And at one point, did they all join together to fight? They all joined together to fight the what's his fucking name? That ponytail dude. Oh,
Mahito?
His group, right?
Oh yeah. So he was fighting Jogo and Hanami and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, no, they had forced you because in the first season, when Itadori,
they waged war against each other.
Yeah, when Itadori made that really like grand entrance and no one gave a shit, which is fucking hilarious. Like they were like the Kyoto group was trying to kill Itadori because he's Sukuna's vessel, so they were like, let's fucking get this guy.
Right.
And then him and Toto become like best buddies because
best friends. Oh my god, best friend.
Yeah, so
Toto's such a simp.
He's one of my favorite characters.
He's a great character. And then I think like they got interrupted. Like I think they were trying to once again like they're trying to capture Itadori, and then they ended up like infiltrating, and then they all split up to fight and stuff like that. So you got to see like Toto and Itadori fight Hanami. I don't think Jogo was a part because he's still recovering. And then I think that was a distraction from Hito to find the fingers, I think, right?
Yeah.
So it was cool. And then like you see Gojo just fucking all right, cool, man. Infinity, and he's like, where the fuck is everybody? Let me go kill everyone in this room. I was like, god damn, dude.
I'm like, fuck. That's how they're playing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, I agree with Jack. Like, I think for most people, it was like the animation and the combat was just it's top tier. Like the first episode introduced you to how like overpowered Gojo is. Like he's the most
he's insane,
stupidly powerful character I've ever seen in any manga, any anime.
And it's like so nonchalant about it too.
Oh, I mean, you would be too if you were fucking pretty much touching the universe at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude is essentially he is the void. My favorite episode was when he fought Jogo, the little volcano dude, and he's like, nah, I don't have to worry about you, man. You're kind of weak, and I'm like, This fucking dude
Mm.
just destroyed an entire restaurant full of people, you know?
Like
And
the
obviously,
fuck you
and
mean?
what was so great about it was like when they showed like Itadori when he like dragged him in out of nowhere, and Itadori's like panicking. He's like, "That dude's weak. What the fuck?" And then it finds out like Gojo's on a whole different other level, and I was like, "Dude." So I think that it's just like it's power scaling. I would say done right, right? You have
Mhm.
you don't get to necessarily see everyone's hand at first, right? Like you get to see Gojo flex on people, and then you get to see Nanami show off a little bit more of like what a first grade sorcerer looks like. Then you get to see Toto do his boogie woogie move.
Boogie
You get to
woogie.
see how like the different. I think the cool thing was like seeing how vastly different a lot of the characters were. Like Megumi, like
Yeah.
being able to, summon fucking monsters and things to fight
Oh my
with
god,
them
I
and
love
stuff
its
like that,
ability.
right? Got to see Nobara fucking hit people with that goddamn the nails that were just fucking sick because they're just cursed energy that pin people. But yeah, I think they do and a panda, right? You can see a fighting
The fucking
panda.
I
panda.
love the panda.
That was I remember that was trending on Twitter too when Panda fought was it Mekamaru, the fucking the robot, the cyborg?
Oh, that shit was insane. I
Yeah,
remember
they had that that was trending. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was watching, I was like, I have no idea what's happening here. I need context. My buddy's like, just watch the goddamn show. I was like, all right.
You're like, we're gonna roll with it.
But yeah, I think that it ends up being like great combat, and then it has a narrative that like completely, blows past your expectations because you're expecting like some downtime, some humor, some type of cuteness, right? Which they do have at like the end of the episodes for some reason, where they go from like super dark to like really cute and light.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen like the episode where they were like Megumi was talking to somebody and they were like he's talking to a girl and fucking so Itadori and Nobara like run across like they're like
Yeah.
oh my god and they're like and Gojo shows up and he's trying to act all suave and shit. They're like what is wrong with you guys? She's just asking me directions.
I
And
love them so much.
it's a big fucking tonal shift, but I think
Mhm.
like the consistency too. Like I don't think there's a bad episode with Jujutsu Kaisen.
I don't
And
think I was ever bored with it.
right,
Yeah.
and there wasn't a
That's what I like too.
there's not a
Yeah.
bad movie either. Like the movie was fucking
The
fantastic.
movie was solid.
Yeah.
The movie was solid.
I'd watch the movie again.
Yeah,
I would too.
Gojo
Shit,
beat
let's
the
watch it.
absolute shit
Yeah,
out of that one
right.
dude who like was this major threat to everyone, and he's like fucking him up like without trying. I was like, dude. It's a huge flex, but yeah, I mean, plus they do the horror elements really well, like the Mojito stuff where he was like, pretty much killing people, cursing them, twisting their bodies, and like I guess
I
turning them
forgot
to
about that.
small husks to like eat, and then use later to fight with. I thought that shit was great. Like the body horror in this is really cool, and it was really unexpected. I didn't think that, they'd show something like that or this be that popular. That's my opinion on it.
Well, it's valid. All right. Well, my next question is kind of more lighthearted one. How do you guys like the intro and the outro? How do you feel? Because I personally, it is one of my favorite intros and outros. Like, it is solid.
Which one, part 1 or part 2 for the intro?
Part 1.
I like part 2's intro because I like the way the black cat like starts off with its eye like fucking glowing and stuff. That's such a cool. Like I will say that Mappa when they animate their intros are fucking just gods. Like that shit is so cool. I think they've actually helped other studios too.
Have
with
they?
That. Yeah. Like I think there's an anime that just came out that I think Ranking of Kings was like Wit and Mappa working together.
You know, that explains it because that shit was fire too.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, the intro was just insane. Like that one lives in my head, like for part 1 at least.
Yeah, I still think the outro is like probably my favorite of all time.
It is so good.
And I've seen like a number of anime lists on YouTube,
Yeah,
and they're
you've
just
seen a
like
shit ton.
they're like, yeah, this is probably like one of the best songs ever, and it comes off of like someone dying. It's like, oh no, he's crippled for life. Watch Gojo breakdance for a little bit.
Fucking
It gives me these Take On Me vibes. Remember that music video?
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I love that. I think that shit's so funny because you're like, oh my god, all these people died. Anyways, you guys want to see him breakdancing and shopping?
dancing
Yeah.
and shopping.
Is that
yeah, where did
Gucci?
shopping come from?
It's like, what the fuck?
That Gucci.
I'm like, that person.
Little do we know they're sponsored by Gucci.
Dude, they might be. I mean, if you get
I
popular.
mean, Lightning Final Fantasy, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
It was like a Louis Vuitton ad.
Yeah, she was an
Some shit like
entire
that.
like magazine spread.
Yeah, it was insane. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now? Okay. What is your guys' favorite character? We'll start there. Out of all the characters.
Okay. I like Toge Inumaki.
Inumaki salad. I love
Yes, he
Inumaki.
is so good. Like I love the and it reminds me of so I've been watching Black Clover
Mhm.
and you know the mime guy or I
Oh,
call him
yeah,
the
yeah.
mime guy, but like
I
he's
knew
like
you're talking
just
about. I forget his actual name.
and he like doesn't talk loud. I love that goofy shit in characters. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
just I do. But he what I like about Inumaki is you know, he speaks in just words that for what sushi or sashimi, like
Yeah, it's
rice,
like yeah.
seaweed, and he just randomly says that shit. But then you figure out what his fucking power is and why he's like covering his face the whole
Yeah,
time.
you're like,
I mean,
oh.
he saved Itadori's life a couple times because of it.
It's a good drum card, dude. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being able to like. I mean, what was the in the Kyoto arc? They were like they were like literally talking about him the entire time. Like, we cannot have him like in the area because if he's there and groups us up, we're all dead. Like, we're all done for. I was like, essentially, yeah. He just tells you to stop. I mean, he froze I think he froze one of the curses, right? Like one of the major like.
Yeah,
curse things.
it was in the mall or something, that empty mall or
that
store.
shit was awesome, dude. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Very bloody too. Ugh.
And then you see him with he buys cough drops or something like that.
Oh yeah, after they almost got his throat crushed too, right?
Was it a spray or was it cough drops? Was it cough drops?
I don't remember.
I think it was cough drops.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it cough drops? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something for his fucking throat. Okay, what about you, Ken? Who's your favorite? Maki.
Like, she's fucking like, man.
Yeah, I fucking love Maki.
Her.
I want to do a cosplay of the Maki and the manga. So bad.
Maki and like I'd like a character who's like literally has no ability, right? She has like no cursed powers, right? And then she's just like an absolute fucking monster. And they always talk like that, they talk about like how if she was, if she did have like she could be like a special grade sorcerer if she had like some type of like curse with her, but because she's so proficient in weapons and it's like all weapons, she's an absolute threat to everyone. So when she beats what's her name? She's the girl with the blue hair. I can't remember her name. She has the samurai sword. And when they start fighting, she takes her sword and she's like, oh.
Yeah, I have it here. Miwa.
Yeah, Miwa. So she takes Miwa's sword. Miwa is actually like pretty capable too. She has that really great ability where she can pretty much counter attack someone if they get into like a certain radius of her. And I was like, oh, it's a dope ability, but Maki just like completely blew past it and like took her sword. And she was like, oh. I was like, Jesus. But as you read the manga with Maki, she becomes like seriously one of the most badass fun characters. Like, just kind of out of nowhere too. It's really fucking cool when they take her character, because I thought like, you're gonna be very surprised when they get there. They're gonna be like, what happened?
Yeah.
What is it? But
I agree. I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I'd say Maki's my favorite. And I'm just a Nanami stan.
I think everyone is, right? He's a dope character. He really is.
Dope. I love his backstory too.
I just
like his
backstory.
Nanami. He's the one with the
Nanami.
I don't know what you call it. It's like glasses, but there's no
With like the print too, like the fucking cheetah leopard print.
And like pretty much he was the salaryman.
Yeah, the salaryman.
And his introduction's like my favorite too, because he's like, why did you leave the sorcerers? He's like, why'd you leave Jujutsu Kaisen? He's like, because sorcerers are shit. He's like, why'd you become a salaryman then? He's like, why'd you leave that? He's like, because jobs are shit. It's like, gee, okay, man, fuck. He's like, I just wanted to go back to doing what I think I'm good at. And then you learn like he's a fucking straight badass, and he fights Mahito like pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah.
Like and like
that was such a good fight.
That was so fucking cool. Like I said, like when they animate stuff, man, it's also he has like that weird thing where he was ready to die when he was in Mahito's cursed realm.
Oh,
he's just sitting there like all he's thinking back is like, she was nice to me. And she thanked me for, and all I wanted was some bread. And he's just like looking up.
Yeah, the cafe.
I got no regrets. I was like, what the fuck?
Literally, just a simple man.
The dude's like, he's the most relatable character, I think, like as an adult. Also, he shit talks Gojo like all the time. It's funny.
Oh yeah, and it's great. It's great. They're just the best of buds in the most terrible way.
In the worst way possible.
In the worst way possible.
100%. Like you can tell he would choke the fucking life out of him if he could.
Oh yeah, and I love it. I love it so much. I love their relationship. Moving on to favorite moment. So, what is your favorite moment? Either, I mean, you can include the movie too, either in the movie or the first season.
Jack, you can go ahead.
Ken's like, let me think.
Yeah, I got to think honestly.
It's okay. I have to think too. So I gave you these questions ahead of time.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought you had like
Yeah.
other questions to answer. I was like, oh, you think about them. I was like, nah.
I didn't even think of.
You always yell at me for not being prepared, so I was prepared.
Yeah, I was not prepared for this one. I really like. I don't know. I like things that are, in the end, like very happy moments for a lot of these shows. So, although it was super sad when what was it, Utah was
Oh,
finally released from the curse, and like his childhood friend was like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna let you go now."
she fucking had me sobbing.
Yeah, that there was probably one of my favorite moments of the because the whole show, the whole series is surrounding like death and chaos, and we
Yeah.
gotta save people, kill people, and do all that, and then you have that one moment that kind of like relieves everybody of all that chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I would say that one.
I like that. I like that. Ken, did you come up with one?
I really like.
Yeah.
Well, mine's like complete opposite because like it's chaos. It's mostly when like Gojo like used the special curse reverse ability like purple when he was like he's up in the high. He breaks the barrier pretty much as easy as possible, right? The one the veil that they created. He gets up. He sees like Itadori. He's like, all right, well that's fine. He's like, where's the curse at? He finds the special grade demon. He's like, all right, cool, there you are. He's like, let's see if we can, let's do red and blue together. And he fucking does purple, and it like destroys the entire thing. And Toto's like, hey, Itadori, we're done fighting. He's like, what? He's like, no, we're done. He's like, he's gonna show off a little bit, and he fucking just destroys like this humongous part of the castle, like showcases like I would say like his full strength almost, damn near. And like everyone, even the curses were like, "Fuck this, man, I'm out." Like this
That's
dude.
how you know. That's how you know.
Oh no, he's just fucking built different. I mean, there was that part, and there was the part where he takes Gojo and like, or Jogo, sorry, and Gojo goes like this. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "Touch my hand," come on. He's like fucking with him. He's like, "Come on, go and grab my hand," and he's like, "I can't." What is that in between us? He's like, that's infinity. That's the entire space between us. He's like, see, you can't do anything with it. He's like, oh shit. And he starts to beat his ass while holding his hand. I was like, oh my God, dude. That was so sick.
Okay. For me, I have two, and it's so stupid. Okay, the first one is just stupid. I can't remember exactly what it was, but remember the scene where like Itadori was like watching, I think it was like TV or movies, right?
Oh, he was watching
yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
And the fucking stuffed animal or something.
Yeah,
What the
he's
fuck was it? Yeah.
Stuffed animal.
Wait, what was the whole goal? Anytime he lost focus, the animal would like
It would like
bite
beat
him
the
or
shit out of
something.
him, right?
Yeah, because
Or
it was a resurrected curse too, right? Like it was the principal's ability. He has like this ability to
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, stitch them together or whatever.
That definitely was one of my favorite parts in this whole fucking show. It was so stupid. And then at one point he's just sitting there with the curse, and they're like watching the show, like, or the movie, like.
Yeah, and, dude, I want to know how'd they get away with that. By the way, they were watching Lord of the Rings, like, and they were like,
"Oh, I saw you."
It was the Sam and Frodo moment. And I was like, wait, hold the fuck on. How are you getting away with that? Like,
well, they mentioned literally Jennifer Lawrence and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah, when Toto was talking about like asses. And
my
stuff.
complaint is in the manga. You don't know this one, Jack, but in the manga, they reference that Itadori's woman, his ideal woman, is Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah.
But in the anime, they say Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm like,
oh,
I will not let this slide.
That.
I will not
wondered
let this slide.
Yeah,
it was stupid. I don't know why they changed that. I was like, respect the ass, respect J-Lo,
because they specifically spoke about an ass, like her ass, right?
Yeah,
I was wondering why they said Jennifer Lawrence, because I mean that's definitely not the biggest ass I've seen.
Yeah, they definitely said J-Lo in the manga.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense now.
Yeah. My second favorite one, I had to look it up really quick to make sure. Was the Mojito fight with Itadori and Nanami.
Yeah, that was cool.
I loved
the whole transformation too by Mahito was like one of the coolest ones where he like figured because he's the newest curse, right?
Mhm.
And then he's like sitting there, he's like, "Oh, I wonder if I can use like like can I create my own realm?" And when he does it,
Yeah.
it's like one of the sickest looking like things I've ever seen. I was like, "That's a pure flex by Mappa." Like, let's just make this
Mhm.
as crazy as fucking possible, especially with like hand
He's-
movements. I've always felt like
Yeah.
when you watch hands in anime, like sometimes it looks really goofy or stilted. When I saw, I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, that's perfectly animated, right?" Love
Map
that
is
shit.
just hella flexing. Okay, let me go to my next one.
Has anyone ever seen Konosuba?
I've heard of it.
So
Haven't
Konosuba
watched it.
has like Konosuba is usually like known for its comedy. There's a scene in the movie, right, where he's like talking to this one of the other main characters. His name's was it Megumi? And he's like touching her hand. And it's like the people were like they wasted all the animation budget on like touching the hand because he's like literally like going around the hand and stuff like that. And I was like, that's a really good flex. I like that. It's really well done.
You're like good budget of weight or good waste of budget. I think the okay, I have two more questions. And then if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. So, Jacques, this is more for you. Where do you want to see the next season go? I know that's a really hard question, but like for someone who doesn't know what to expect, what would you like to see? You can answer this one too if
I
you
don't
want.
know.
I don't think I know too, man.
Does it go exactly where
I mean,
you want
are they
it
going to
to?
progress?
The whole thing, yeah.
Are
Whatever.
they going to progress to the next year or years? Or it's still first year
So basically with Jujutsu
or its
Kaisen,
story?
so basically with Jujutsu Kaisen, like it's one of those like there's no time skips. It's like
Mhm.
Oh,
you are literally going from what you're seeing
there's-
happening is legitimately what's happening in real time. So
gotcha. Huh.
the only like way they'll go back in time is when they do the Gojo Geto like origin. Like how did Geto get all these people? What prompted Gojo to like unlock his powers and stuff like that? That's gonna probably be the first arc. If there's a trailer out right now that showed season 2, and they literally have that like kind of prominent moment where it's like you see Gojo younger and stuff like that.
That'd be cool to see.
And I think they showed like some other characters, and I was like, oh, they're actually gonna kick it off with quite possibly the most like important moments for this character. So yeah, it's gonna be like that, and then I think they're gonna come back to the regular time, and it's just gonna keep progressing forward, which I think is fucking great because sometimes like you get to these points where like in anime, like I have to get stronger. It's like 380 days later, for some reason, Asta became the most buff person possible.
Yeah,
little buff.
So
gremlin.
I wonder, dude. I know
gremlin.
they in the regular series, not the movie, they did mention a student that was out traveling. Or were they referencing Utah?
Yes.
All right. Do you think? Well, I mean, I think it'd be cool to bring him in, although he's no longer has the curse power. But to tie the two together, at least, it'd be nice.
So Yuta, it's interesting you say that. Yuta does not. I will. I'll fucking spoil it for you, I guess. Like you won't see him for a while.
Okay.
So basically, like they send him out because of how strong he is,
Right.
and like don't worry about him not having what you assume is that he doesn't have like that type of ability anymore. Not true. He's essentially as like I said, he's second to Gojo in terms of like raw strength. And so they send him out on like special missions. That's why I think that it's like a kind of like a global trek. Like there has to be some type of communication with other schools,
Well, then,
other orgs.
Well, then hopefully they at least mention throughout the next.
You're not gonna have enough. I'm gonna say this, dude. They're not gonna have enough time. Like this next season.
You're killing me.
This next arc.
I'm excited to see Jack's reaction, and I want to do a follow-up episode of Jack's reaction.
This next arc, man, is fucking massive. They literally spent like 80 some odd chapters in Shibuya.
I mean, a lot of shit happens.
A lot, yeah. It's just like it's like nonstop. Like Jesus Christ, dude. And they do a really good job of like taking almost every major character, giving them their own little arc or side arc, and then having it resolve, via combat or some shit like that. But everyone gets their day to shine. Ish.
Yeah, and it's not boring or anything, which is cool, and that's what I like about it. It's not like wasting time fillers. It's like there's a reason they are doing it.
Shine is probably not the word I should use. Like I don't know what word is used. It's not. You don't shine in fucking Jujutsu Kaisen. You usually bleed heavily.
You just exist.
Yeah, you just exist in pain the entire time.
And Bane without
I
this.
would just say I'm just interested in seeing how they animate certain things.
Yeah.
Like, and whether or not. So, I've always had this criticism when they go from like the manga to the anime, and I know why they do it because of censorship. But there are some things that like JJK does not hold back on, especially in the manga, with like the way they twist and kill characters and people and enemies and stuff like that. And there's a couple things that are going to happen that are like really violent, you know, and I just want to see like whether or not Mappa stays committed or they try to keep it within like TV-14 TVMA area. Because I know, because you know, Chainsaw Man was like straight up like, we're killing everybody, fucking enjoy us doing it, right? Which is great. But like JJK is almost equally as violent at times. Yeah. Like, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to maybe actually finishing it. I gave up. Jack, that's all you need to know, man. I gave up halfway.
Yeah. And by the way,
manga?
The Shibuya arc was like almost like a year and some change long in terms of like chapters. It was a fucking long chapter.
I think for me, I think it was pretty far when I was reading it. And then you probably know where I stopped.
Oh, I know you stopped.
Yeah, you know exactly where I stopped. And I just...
A lot of people stopped doing it. But, yeah.
But like, I get like... it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it's not... Yeah, we're gonna try and persevere. That's all I have to say. I'm excited to actually try to progress and see what happens in the arc.
Yeah, because so there's the death paint. Well, actually, they might go death painting first. So there's the death painting arc. Let me see. No, they were okay. Never mind. They did that arc. They did in the last couple episodes when Itadori and Nobara fought this. So it's Gojo's past arc.
Yeah.
So Gojo's past arc. It was chapter 65, 79. So that's like maybe 6 episodes. Mm-hmm. And then Shibuya Incident was like 79 to 136. They straight up like it is the most balls to the wall like fucking arc I've ever seen in any manga.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited, Jack, for you to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
When is season 2 coming out? By the way, I know it's soon.
No, fall. Right? Isn't it fall?
No, I think it's coming out soon.
Is it soon?
I mean, quick Google.
Unless I know.
Gwaggle that bitch.
So Demon Slayer's Sunday.
Yep.
Black Clover is in about a month or two.
July 6th.
Okay.
Around my birthday.
So it's summer 2023.
Maybe Black Clover is later in the year then.
I think Black Clover is later. I think.
Summer 2023 ballin'. Okay.
Quick off topic. Before I forget, I watched Goblin Slayer.
Oh God, why would you do that?
Goblin Slayer.
The first fucking episode.
Oh yeah, it's traumatic.
Shit, bro, I'm telling you, I
was literally
I warned my friend because I read the manga, right? And I was telling my buddy, I was like, dude, this is not. I get it, man. You're thinking goblins. They have like this goofy looking fucking design.
No.
But like goblins,
they're fucking terrifying.
The way they portray goblins in manga and in anime is like they're really fucking dark, like really messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that first episode, he was like, bro, I didn't watch the rest of the season. I'm like, the rest of the season is good too, by the way.
Good, yeah. And I finished it, surprisingly.
Yeah, I watched.
That first episode fucking traumatized people.
I was like sitting there just like hugging myself.
And like it deserves, in my opinion, like because like the manga's still ongoing, it deserves a second season because like the Goblin.
I'm surprised they haven't.
The Goblin
I was kind of looking forward to a second season. It's a good one. I was surprised they didn't. It was fucked up, but it was good.
He's just, I just think he's a great character. He's funny.
Yeah, no. I don't want to see
he's him and his fucking one-liners.
Yeah, it's like it's like
that's right.
Yeah, it's like what do you
really?
It's like what do you like? We have all these other missions. I have to kill goblins. Like, all right, man, fuck us.
Yeah.
Jesus. People's lives are at stake, brother. Goblins.
No, goblins.
Okay. Well, my last question that I really have. This one's a meme question, but it must be done. All right, fuck, marry, kill. All right.
Not answering any of that.
We got.
I have recused myself.
Bro, come on. This is all for fun. We have Nanami, Gojo, and Geto.
Well, I'm killing Geto, right?
Oh. Hold on. Let me pull the.
These are the three
JK.
zaddies
The three
of this season
three
one.
sets.
Oh,
The
there.
three zaddies.
I'm probably marrying Nanami, right?
Okay.
So we could
Unami?
be, so we would be
Nanami.
miserable
Nanami.
salary men together.
You know what? I
And
agree
Gojo's
with
good for like a one night stand. Right? Nothing more.
the playboy at his finest. Ain't husband material.
I mean the way
Gojo.
you see the way Gojo like treats Nanami. He's like he's trying to get to his chonies somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
You said
swap.
Hanami or Nanami?
Nanami.
Nanami.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
The blonde hair daddy.
So let's see.
we're down bad.
If
Number one
if
husband.
it's anything not killing Geto, like I don't want to hear it, Jack.
I
He's the
don't
bad
want to
guy.
fucking hear it. But he hot though.
Yeah, he got a pretty face.
Jack
Let's
like
see.
the baddies. Oh no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I feel like I'm with you on the whole Gojo thing. He's probably wild, right? If we're gonna speak like that. Nanami, he looks like a respectable person, somebody you want to marry.
Does it bring home the
Yeah.
money?
Yeah, the moneymaker. He's probably responsible as fuck. And then that leaves we gotta kill Geto.
Exactly.
Okay, we're all in agreement. Okay. If CUPDOG was here, he would have fucked up this whole order,
He
bro.
No,
would've
he would have.
fucked up,
He would have said, "Marry Ghetto, fuck Gojo, kill
Nah, he would have
Nanami."
been
We
like,
would have
kill
to
all of
disconnect
them.
him.
That's what his ass would have done.
True. I would have had to disconnect him from this call.
Exactly.
That's probably why he decided not to join.
No, he
He didn't want to answer this question.
That's all my question.
He didn't watch the damn anime.
He was
That's the
It's
goddamn
okay.
problem.
We'll get him eventually. We watched Bo Fury for him, but he didn't want to watch JJK for us.
It was kind of we only gave him like a week, right?
Okay.
I mean, you could binge
still.
like half.
You
the
can
season.
binge it. Like I don't even need you to watch the whole thing. Like a couple episodes would have sufficed.
Yeah, just the first 12 or 13 are like the most important, I guess.
Yeah.
To
Not even that.
Itadori's development.
That's an easy watch.
Yeah.
It's an easy watch, and it's good. It's not like boring or anything.
Yeah, I like I said, I never got bored with JJK.
Hell
I
yeah.
agree. All right. Any other questions? Any other topics you want to talk about regarding this? So those are all my baseline questions I had.
If you could watch, if time jumping was a thing, which character would you want to see grow?
I would be interested in Gojo.
Gojo?
I don't know if he's gonna grow. Gojo is like
I meant like, oh wait, you mean like watch him grow up or like grow older?
Like if they're making like a second, like if they made like let's just talk like time skip. If there was a time skip, like and there was a character,
yeah, watch like if you could see further into the future of what their
I thought you meant going
story progresses to.
I was saying I would like to see how Gojo went from a child to where he's at now. Oh, for the future.
Because there is no time skip.
I would personally probably say, from what I know, like season 1, I personally would either like to see Maki or Megumi.
Yeah.
I'd like to watch those two grow.
I don't really talk about that dude that much, man, and I like Megumi. I do.
Megumi's powers are fucking sick.
I think he's a really cool character because he's part of the Zenin clan. And like, it's Mai, Maki, Megumi, and then there's who's that
like
fucking
another teacher, right?
No. It's the it's like the head of the Kyoto class.
Oh,
he's the archer. I think there's that's the other family member.
The Kyoto class. Hold on, I got this shit.
You know what I'm talking
about?
I feel kind of bad because like I know people who love that dude. I've always I like him as a character, but they've always kind of relegated him sometimes, just kind of being like there. But he is very important to the plot.
Is it the old guy, or are you talking about like a student?
No, he's a student. He's so like Toto he's part of Toto's class. He's the
let me see. Let me scroll down more.
I gotta find it.
Toto's a third year.
Yeah, but he's part of Toto's class. God, where did I fuck keep clicking to?
So who is it you're talking about?
Hold on, man. Let me find him.
All there is Noritoshi Kamo, Momo.
Yeah, and Momo.
Yeah, those are the only third ones.
And Kyoto.
Zenin. I'm trying to find the last name Zenin.
All
there is now Vico.
There's the Mai.
Oh, I guess he's not. Hold on.
No, yeah, Zenin.
Oh, I thought he was. He says
Okay, Ranta, Nietzsche.
Former Kamo clan. I thought they were. Man, my bad. My fault. But anyway, Yeah, so like you have the three fucking Zenin clan, Maki, Mai, and then you get to learn about
Oh,
like their
Maki is a second year
yeah
in Tokyo.
yeah Maki,
Okay.
Mai, and then Megumi are
Megumi.
like the three Zenin clan, and then you also what's really cool is that like eventually like he'll get like his own major arc because Megumi is very important. They kind of like in the
Very,
first
very important.
couple of chapters they kind of like make him important to Itadori, becoming friends, kind of like the icebreaker. But then like you're wondering like who is that fucking girl that he's like constantly thinking about or whatever, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's very important to the plot also. So it's like there's all this shit they waited like to the end. Because if you think about it, right, who would be a better vessel for Sukuna? Itadori, who,
Kuna.
or Megumi? It's Megumi, right? He would be the better vessel for Sukuna because he has all these fucking like latent abilities and stuff like that. Plus, he comes from a very powerful bloodline. I kind of want to see what Sukuna looked like in the past too, like what his actual form was. I don't
Yeah.
think they've shown that. Like,
No, that's
No.
true. I would definitely like to see more of his backstory.
because he's he's a little freaky little dude, just cool man.
How would you say like that, free little dude? Yeah, free little dude.
There's other characters I always because what's cool in like Jujutsu Kaisen because they showed it in Zero is that they showed like some of the contractor sorcerers, right? The old girl with the scythe or whatever, or that big ass axe she had. You know what I'm talking about? The one with the thing over here. She plays a big part in like the next arc. Yeah,
Okay.
it's I would say like this is something I'm super excited for when it gets there. I don't know, like I might not do like a week to week thing. I might have to like binge it till I get that.
I'm
Oh, are
I'm
you
down
talking
to
about
do like a
Meme?
week to
Yeah.
week.
Meme's dope.
Yeah.
Hey,
Meme.
listen, Jack. If you're on the goddamn wiki, you do not scroll down past Kyoto.
Do not scroll.
You
I'm
don't.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the character sheets.
Okay, I'm just saying you do
I'm not looking at
Alright,
anything else.
You don't scroll down past Kyoto because like the wikis always show like everything. These dudes are
Yeah,
on their
that's-
game.
You guys are mentioning a bunch of names, and I don't remember everything because I've watched
okay.
probably 8 animes since I've watched JJ.
It's okay.
This man's fucking been binging.
It's been a
stuff.
while for me, so it's okay. I had to pull it up too.
It's fine. So, we talked about JJK. You have a community Q&A.
Yeah.
And this time it's a little bit more civil. I fucking hope.
Yeah, for the most part.
But before we get into that,
Mhm.
I do have questions. Has anyone seen anything regarding the up and coming season for this anime season? I told you guys about Hell's Judgment, and this is like, or Hell's Paradise
summer?
rather. Hell's
This is
Paradise
good.
is like one of the most anticipated adaptations
Paradise.
in a long time. And that first episode was fucking phenomenal. Shout out to
I will
Mappa once
watch it.
again.
Oh,
So
God.
watch Hell's Paradise. It is Jack.
Oh, I added it to my list.
Jack, you'll love it. You'll love the first episode.
What is
Okay.
the premise?
So basically, they are looking for the elixir of life, right? They found it, and so what happened is that they, instead of sending just random people over there, they're sending executioners with certain criminals, and they're pairing them with certain criminals. And some of these criminals are the most powerful in all of Japan. And there's one in particular that centers around. His name's Gabimaru. He's known as the Hollow. He's a shinobi. He is insanely powerful. Like the entire first episode is literally them trying to kill him, and they just can't. They
Oh,
can't do it by
shit.
any type of conventional mean because of how powerful he is.
Oh,
So
I like the art.
so basically, with the executioners, these are individuals who are like skilled swordsmen. They're like from a specific clan, and then they get sent to this kind of island. But every time they like have sent people to there, anytime they sent like a landing party, what they brought back was like individuals afflicted by some unique illness that turns them
Okay.
kind of into plants, but also kills them violently. Right? It is one of probably the best looking in terms of like manga art that I've seen, and then I think Map has done a really good job in that first episode.
Okay.
So super hyped.
I'll take a look. I'll probably watch it tonight. Fuck it.
And of course, there's also Isekai you can get into. If you like that trash Isekai, go ahead. There's 2 of them that
I
were literally like the
don't.
same one. So instead of
I don't.
fucking truck coon, you get a little knife coon action. You know, get a
Oh,
little
shit.
stabby stab.
Oh shit, let's time
There's some new wholesome stuff, right? For Cheebs and
Yo, all I'm excited for, looking at this, 3rd season of Dr. Stone. I'm a big
I added
Dr.
that to
Stone
my
fan.
list too.
Vinland Saga
I
season
will-
2
Stone.
is continuing, which is
I will say Dr. Stone is slower, but I think this is where it's going to start picking up because the manga, chef's kiss.
it doesn't
So good.
like the manga picks up. I think like almost like 100 over like 150 chapters in, right? It starts to actually
But
like
it's
go
so
somewhere.
interesting. But I like the idea of it. That's the thing.
Nah, I think
when
it's-
it goes off, it goes off.
Yeah, I think it's cool. But yeah, this season, like Hell's Paradise, there's a couple others too. Obviously, Jack, which ones you mentioned? What's Demon Slayer coming out on Sunday?
Yep. I'm ready for that one. I can't wait.
Pretty good stuff.
Bochi?
What? Oh, The Witch from Mercury season 2 is going to be, I think.
I still need to watch that.
And then
Ranking of Kings?
yeah, Ranking of Kings.
That's on my list
This
too.
is weird.
God
I don't
damn.
know.
I need to quit
what
my job.
It is. It's like a bunch of stories told within
Osama
that
Ranking.
universe. Yeah, it's literally stories told in that universe. I thought that was weird, but the trailer looks fucking dope. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Of course I am.
Jack, all I gotta say is I think you'll enjoy it. It is easily in my top 10. It came out of
Ranking of
nowhere and
Kings?
fucking
Which one?
put its spot in there.
Ranking of Kings.
Ranking of Kings. It is so
I have
good.
it on my list.
I love the protagonist with my
It's
whole
Is that
heart.
is that a Ghibli Studios?
No,
one?
it
No,
has,
it looks
the
like it,
animation is
though,
very
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I highly recommend that.
Like
to
I think
anyone.
Wit Studio, like when they dropped Attack on Titan, that was like their first project outside of it, and they fucking crushed it, dude. They flexed so hard with the
Amazing.
hand drawn animation. There's one scene, and like the so I think, and Jack, we'll talk about it eventually when you get to it, because I do want to do a show
Can we
about
do
that.
an episode?
Yeah, I do want to do an episode about
Ranking of Kings is my favorite.
that. Yeah, because there's
Well, when we decide on things like that, I try to make those a priority to watch.
No,
So
you're fine, and I'll give you
I
a
can
heads up for
definitely-
this one.
yeah.
she'll give you a heads. She'll give you like a couple days to watch it.
No,
She'll
I will
demand-
plan this out.
She'll
Let
demand
me-
you
I
do
am
fuck,
a-
marry,
how many
kill like
episodes
some
are out?
I
perv.
am a tired first grade teacher. There's only one season so far.
Okay.
I'm tired teacher, okay?
Chibi, no one's gonna donate to us, all right? So you can stop.
Listen, Nita,
I'm trying to slowly build our
19 of
subscriber
them.
base. When we
You're doing
eventually,
great, sweetheart.
when we
You're doing
eventually
great.
get to a part where we can monetize, I'll be like, look, donate
Listen.
to Chibi, so we can.
I'm
buy
doing
your
better on
content.
Instagram. I'll make an Instagram post very soon about us. Okay, don't worry.
So I can be like, please donate to Chibi so that she can buy new computer.
No, I have parts that came in.
Oh, nice. Are you gonna do like?
yeah,
a,
I am building my new computer.
Are you gonna do like a
actually.
video of that?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna do like a stream of it, and I think make it into a video. Because watching me try and fix the computer up, good fucking luck.
Yeah, but this seriously, this is a pretty good season, and obviously,
Yeah, I'm
you know,
excited.
watch Vinland Saga, you motherfuckers, all you motherfuckers.
I watched one episode.
and stop fucking stop thinking that the first season's gonna be like that's how it's gonna be the whole goddamn time. That's all I've seen is nothing but complaints. Also, finish Trigun Stampede. God damn it, I want to.
I've been waiting for the new stuff to finish with their dubs, so I can just start watching and listening versus
I
having
want
to.
spoil the
Yeah.
fuck out of what Trigun Stampede did. That last 3 episodes literally like took what all this bitching that people were doing and literally went,
Just
that's
shut them
not
the
what
fuck
you
up.
think it is. Also,
Yeah.
Jack, did you watch Buddy Daddies? The final episode?
Not yet, but it's finally out.
Dude, what the fuck, man? There's a twist in there I didn't see coming,
Oh.
honestly. I was
All right,
like,
don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I've been trying to. I've been
It's
trying
one
to
of my
catch up,
favorites.
So I'm excited to see. I'm glad you enjoyed Buddy Daddies. I
Yeah.
really am.
I thought High Card kind of faltered off a
Yeah.
little bit, tapered off a
I'm
little
kind of
bit.
sad with High Card.
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy it. Like, yeah, the first few episodes
Yeah.
were really good, and I started getting bored.
Yeah, because they just didn't go anywhere with it, man. That was
Yeah,
the-
it had so much potential.
That was like the
It
problem.
did.
People were saying that too. They were like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't know, man."
We
Yeah,
expected
it's,
this. We even
it's they didn't,
said-
they
we
didn't
even
take
said
any
they
of
were-
that momentum and run with it.
Like that's
Could've been
that's
great.
kind of the curse of like original anime. So like if there's nothing to fall back on, sometimes they
Yeah.
just kind of make shit up as they go
This
along.
is
They're
why
like,
people are not writers.
like we're going left, baby. We were going right, but we're going left
We're
hard.
left.
This character died. No, they didn't. That decapitation never happened. All right, let's get these.
All right, let's get on to the questions.
How
All
many
right.
do we have?
7. So
Oh,
it's
that's
not too
cool.
bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad for me posting last minute. So first question: how many times have y'all watched that one scene from the JJK movie? Everyone should know what scene I'm talking about.
Is it?
I know exactly what scene they're talking about.
What scene? When Gojo beats that dude's ass?
No.
No, what scene?
Where he just fucking gobbles the shit out of whatever he's eating.
What? Fucking heathens, get out of here with that garbage. What are you talking? I watched
You
it.
know what I'm talking about? What? I was eating a sandwich, a hot dog. Like he fucking he demolished that shit,
Bro. Like
it
that's
was a
like
meme.
who?
It was a meme for like months.
These fucking glizzy goblins, get the fuck out of here.
Jack's trying to find it.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers are so. Your
Is
whole.
it
Your
the
whole.
Utah and Miguel eating together?
Yeah. Y'all
All right,
motherfuckers are weird.
I'm watching it
bro.
right now.
Y'all some weirdos, dude.
We get the IRL reaction.
What the fuck, man?
I knew exactly what scene they were talking about too. You don't even see the 2 emojis next to it. It's the side eye emojis.
Okay.
It's so
How many
fucking.
how many times did you rewatch that?
It looks like a fucking burrito.
Oh, it's a burrito. I couldn't remember what it was.
But the problem is when it turns to him and it's him, he's like in the middle of biting it, but he looks like he's sucking on it. Is the problem?
Y'all some fucking down bad heathens. Y'all need to get the fuck out of here.
They knew what they were doing.
What the fuck?
So Ken's watched it once. I've watched it at least 5 times, and Jax is probably gonna watch it after this episode.
This is number 2.
This is number 2 for sure.
Okay. Top 3 personal favorites from the show. I don't know if they mean characters or moments.
Next time,
how would you interpret it?
Tell these motherfuckers to be specific when you write these goddamn questions. You know what I'm saying? It don't take too much to type this shit out.
Ken roast Chibi chat.
God damn it, dude. Your community, bro. I know Jock wouldn't do me like that. Jock will actually ask a
Yo,
question.
fuck you, Jock. I'm gonna text him right now. Ken just shouted you out. Okay. Top 3 personal favorites from the show. I'm gonna assume.
Let's do characters.
Yeah. Me, I'd say number 1 is Nanami. Number 2, I'd say I really like Maki, and number 3, I would say Itadori. I really do like Itadori's character.
I think mine is like Maki, Nanami, and Panda.
Oh, I do.
Panda's backstory is fucking sick. It's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great character.
Mine.
I move. Get this motherfucker.
The Inumaki, which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I do like Itadori. Probably Gojo.
Mm-hmm.
Chibi, I just want to tell you, like when when you sent out those questions and you had the fuck, marry, kill, I totally forgot Nanami's name. I was like, who is that? Is that Nabara? Like, that's a teenager. That is a teenager. Okay.
You're like Chibi, you fucking scoundrel.
I was like, what? I was like, what is going on here with this shit? Right? She is a teenager. As a child, ma'am, you need to fucking go to jail.
Child, Chibi, you first grade teacher.
I don't know what the age laws are in Florida, but here in this.
Do you know what the age laws are in Japan?
It's 14.
Isn't it 16?
Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah.
I was wondering why so many young people in their anime are like doing some very risque shit.
They get sexualized.
And I was like, there's got to be something crazy. And then I was watching a YouTube video of a guy that I think it's the sabbatical guy. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. And he was explaining, he was like, yeah, the weird laws that are okay in Japan, but not here.
Yeah.
And he brought up that one.
So yeah, I mean, that's the age of consent in Japan is 14 years old. Yeah, that's why that was my big confusion when I was going into like the 7-Eleven. I was seeing like certain manga and stuff like Shonen Jump, and I was like, why are there so many skimpy teenagers in this? And why are so many businessmen? You're a grown ass like 30, 35, 40-year-old reading this shit, bro, in front of everyone.
That's so gross to me. That is so
dude. I
so
think
gross.
do people just read manga to read manga? You know?
No. I just meant like the idea that like you can be 14 and someone.
Have you not?
But if you think though, like that's something they all grew up with, right? So it doesn't seem different.
I just think it's.
I think it's
It's just culturally acceptable in Japan, but I think
Yeah,
it's
no,
funny.
no,
right,
yeah,
right,
no,
right.
It's
I'm
hilarious
not shaming them.
that
I'm
like
just saying, like, from a psychological standpoint, like,
right.
you're not
Well,
done
because we were
growing mentally.
programmed to,
But it's so weird, right? It's like how the mangaka is like writing some of this stuff. I'm like, bro, have you ever seen a 14-year-old like kid? Like
Well,
no one's looking like that, bro. No one's looking like Carol from Tomo-chan, okay? No one's fucking
Dude, Carol from Tomo-chan,
no one's fucking like listen, we're talking howitzers here, right? Like Chica from fucking Love is War. Like, where are we getting these fucking these small nuclear weapons from? Like, what's going on with y'all?
I like how you refer to them as small nuclear weapons.
Listen, I'm not trying to go to jail.
Can that be the caption of this? I'm not trying to go to jail. Ken.
No prison here.
2023.
No prison here, folks.
Down the rabbit hole JJK episode. I'm not trying to go to jail.
I will
Ken, do this really quick.
I will
Do this really quick. You're gonna be our thumbnail.
Like, I ain't going to prison, motherfuckers. Like that's just what it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was really funny. Okay. Next question. Wait. Yeah, we did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Does Gojo... Oh, I can't answer this one. This is a spoiler. I'm glad I read this before. I think this is a spoiler. I'm gonna DM this to you, Ken, because I'm pretty sure this is a spoiler if they're talking about what I think they're talking about.
Hold on.
Because I am not trying to spoil anything in the manga. Okay. All right, next one. Favorite phrase that Inumaki Senpai...
Yeah, you can't answer that. And plus,
I can't.
Plus that shit, like...
Bro, I don't even know what happens. How you gonna spoil it for me?
Well, now, unfortunately.
Well, no, I knew it. I'm just saying.
Find out who spoiled it for you and beat them.
I know, I will. I should have been more clear. That's my fault, but you fuckers. Anywhoosies. Favorite phrase that Inumaki Senpai uses since he can't use actual words in a casual convo?
Salmon.
Rice.
What's mine? Let me see.
He does say rice a lot. Rice is funny.
Yeah.
Because I watched the sub, so I'm trying to think of what I think is funny. Okay, what? I like when he says kombo or kombu, which is kelp.
Yeah, same words. Fish flakes, kelp, mustard leaf, caviar, spicy cod,
salmon roe.
It's all sushi related.
Yeah, it's all
stuff,
sushi
right?
ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that why it is, but it's really funny if you look up the safe words. He's like, kelp is a greeting. When he says,
so they're actually
no, they actually have like meanings
for certain
meanings.
They
have meanings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that was like all the JJJ pertaining questions. The next one are more just people did not read what I wrote. Okay, I love them though. If you could meet an online personality, who would it be?
What do you mean?
I guess like a celebrity,
like a YouTuber, or something?
Like any online personality, anybody that has an online presence.
I would want to meet Toast. I love Toast.
Who's that?
This guy's Toast.
I saw him at TwitchCon.
I love this guy's Toast.
Yeah. I do not know many content creators.
It doesn't have to be a content creator. Well, I guess it does.
You said online personality.
Online personality.
Yeah.
I think the only... I would say like the Rad Brad. Like this dude.
Damn, I was gonna say you were gonna say me and Jack, bro.
No, got it.
What a guy.
The Rad Brad is like he's. I followed his content like when he first started, like almost 15 years ago, when he started uploading like gameplay videos and just talking over it. And then he's been, I think he's the most subbed in terms of that. He's like 16.1 million. Dude's my age. He's fucking cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
Who would I?
I'm still so sad he didn't say me and Jack. So rude.
Eventually, I mean, the plan.
I'm gonna see this fucker.
I'm showing up next month and to see Jack and stuff like that, and also.
Yeah. Where's my invite?
Like
Fuck was my invite?
Come on out.
It's okay. See how it is.
I'll see you again. Are you going to Vegas?
Hopefully, if the stars align.
All right.
You can go to Vegas, right? When is TwitchCon, by the way?
October.
Oh, October. That's why I couldn't meet Jack last time. So that's our anniversary.
Oh.
We were in combo, and I was like, "Well, Jack, that's unfortunate, buddy." And I was like, "I'll see you." It's just like sit down. Get fucked, nerd. Enjoy the sweaty convention center.
It's great.
I think the first content creator I've ever watched was back when I played a lot of Battlefield
Who
and
was it?
actually enjoyed it. Stone Mountain 64. He's our age.
Oh, is he? I have no idea who that is,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I
Like
think a lot.
it's dude, it's so weird. Like I think the when I first started watching YouTube, like most of it was like a Rooster Teeth, but then
Oh,
they
yeah.
did some terrible fucking things.
Blue versus green and all them.
Yeah, red versus blue.
Or red versus blue versus. Why
Yeah,
the fuck did I say blue versus green?
I mean
I don't know where green came from,
like
but
red, like I used to watch like their stuff, Machinima and
yeah,
stuff like that, right?
machinima.
But like
Yep.
the problem with like achievement, like with Rooster Teeth, like there was a lot of controversy, a lot of fucking bad things happen with certain personalities that have done terrible fucking things like grooming certain fans and shit like that. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna follow their content
You know
anymore.
what's fucked up though? I didn't know much of their history. They're one of the highest
They
charity teams in
they're
Extra Life,
they're
which
dude,
involves
they're one of the first like real internet companies. They're like trailblazers and pioneers for that, where they formed and then had this massive fucking company, dude. They're the ones that like first broke into like podcasting for fucking gaming and shit like
Mhm.
that. They're huge, dude. They did a lot of really good work, and then a lot of like once again, it's like don't meet your heroes, like certain celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Certain people, like the problem with like content creation is that we kind of put them on this pedestal, and then you find out all the things they do,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
It's
Jesus,
sad.
what the fuck was I thinking? Like,
yeah.
what? That's essentially what it is. That's why, like, with certain content creation, I'm like more focused on like small, like certain 5 or 6. But they're like, Brad would tell me about a Twitch stream. I'm like, who that?
Who
Who the
dat?
who you talking about? How come that dude's name is Toast?
Oh, I
What
love
that mean?
him. Well, it used
Have
to
you
be.
seen
So his
his?
name is. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna
You
say his
first.
name is Disguised Toast,
Yes.
and it was originally supposed to be like this guy is Toast,
Mhm.
and it just somehow merged into Disguised Toast.
Yeah.
See, that's a cool story though, right?
Mhm.
Have you seen his Valorant team?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the new female one.
They're no, is it all female?
Good for
I know
him.
he's making 2, I think.
So the logo though is just him. He wrote like DNS. He just wrote
Well,
DNS,
it's
and it
like
looks like shitty handwriting, but it's really simple.
you
It's
guys know
funny.
who Moist Critical is? Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
That
Charlie.
sounds familiar.
Moist
Charlie's
Esports.
fucking hilarious.
Moist
Moist
I watch
Esports.
Rocket I watch Rocket League
That's a great
Championship
name.
series, right?
Yeah.
And he had wanted to like get into it. He's very like transparent about how much esports cost and like how they're just a massive money sink right now. Like he's losing like almost 7 figures a month
Oh
in
my
terms of like his
god.
business. Oh, dude, it like that's because like I think most of what was backed for like esports is like not good. Like it's not they're just not a real strong investment. Even though like League of Legends and Counter-Strike pull in millions and millions. But it's like you have a small team or some shit, dude. You're blowing a lot of money because with esports, you have to have like a good roster.
Well, they don't have many teams out there to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of organizations, they collapse on themselves because most of the time they're former content creators,
Mhm.
right? So like you're seeing like this guy's Toast, like he has his own esport team, right? Like Moist Critical does too. I think there's a couple other. One of them formed Power, and he's a content creator also. They tend to forget, like, dude, it doesn't matter how much you make right now based on advertising. Dude, you're losing a lot of fucking money just trying to invest into one of these. Like,
Mm.
but people, we keep thinking that like esports will be like an easy thing to win into. It's like, nah, dude. Like, you got to pay like up like 7 figures for some of these players.
Shit.
Yeah, like I know like the Overwatch League. I know like I think Optic makes like 6 to 7 figures per player. I know FaZe does, but they were the first publicly traded esport organization, and that has not gone well.
No, I mean, I didn't expect it to.
Dude, they thought they were going to be worth like 35 like bucks starting, right? And they thought that valuation was going to go up, and it fucking cratered. It's like I think it's like $2 right now, dude, to trade.
Well, I mean, what are they giving back? What's the incentive?
There's almost nothing, dude.
Like typically when you're buying stocks and shit like that, you want to buy into something that one you normally invest in
Yeah.
a lot to begin with, like Amazon, right? Walmart, shit that you normally put a lot of your money into because you want to be able to see a return at some point.
Yeah.
You're who's you're not really investing into esports team.
No,
So
it's
why even make that a thing?
the returns are so low. Yeah, I don't know why they went to a public trading. It was such a fucking stupid idea. And
That
then
was dumb.
a lot of them are backed by cryptocurrencies, and obviously we're in a crypto
Oh,
crash.
Jesus, of course.
Jesus.
Right? So that volatility right there is dangerous. I'm sorry we
Although-
got off topic. Like I didn't want to talk business.
No.
Me and Jack like stop. Like let's talk
No, it's
adults here.
fine. I'm just here listening. Like,
You guys have money to invest?
Right.
imagine having money to invest.
You guys can invest in my stream.
I have $5. I have $5 that I can invest in. What can I buy with that?
Where can you Starbucks.
Dude, you can't buy coffee with $5. Don't fuck with me.
Can you not really? Jesus.
Not anymore,
I-
unless you get like just
My
straight
shit's
up.
like $6.
I have
Oh, you
not.
get some flavored.
Well, because I'm lactose intolerant. They give me a tax.
She get that soy.
They give me a tax. No, I get oat
Yeah.
milk.
Oat milk's good though.
It's so-
I drink the
you-
oat milk ones.
Have you ever been to the any of the Starbucks reserves and stuff like that?
No.
Yeah, there's one in Seattle, obviously, where like Starbucks was founded, but there's one in Tokyo too, which is pretty cool. They opened it up recently. They're fucking crazy looking. They're beautiful.
What are they?
Yeah, it's amazing when you go there.
Is it just a Starbucks?
No, it's a
Like,
massive.
what is it?
It's like where they fucking they grind the beans and stuff like that. It's like an actual
Oh,
reserve.
like
yeah.
where they? Oh, I see.
Where they make it's really fucking cool, and they have like this really cool aesthetic, and the interior is very nicely designed and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of want to see it now. Fuck.
yeah.
I want to
there's-
go to Seattle really bad, and I'll take a peek at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of it was a walk when we went to see.
Mm.
My wife was like, "Yeah, let's go take this walk." I was like, "How far could it be?" And I was like, "Oh my god, we walked like 3 miles to get here." What
You're
the-
like, I'm dead
it's
inside.
like, what
Why
is
are we
wrong
still
with you,
walking?
girl? Like, I just want to go to
You gotta
sleep.
do it for the bucks, bro. You gotta do it for the stars.
Just want to drink.
He's taking me a fucking drink. 2 more questions. Okay, this one's more for you guys because I am not the expert in video games. Is Rogue Company dead? Have you guys ever tried it? My
Who-
opinion is
Who?
yes.
Why does that sound like a Chris question?
I don't know. I have tried it and then I did not like it.
So I'm actually that's probably one of the few like competitive like shooters I'm really good at. Like seriously,
Really?
like I'll like every time me, Chris, or
fun.
Brad are playing that game, like one of us will lead in kills, and it'll be like in the
Oh,
30s
shit.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Um,
I played the Samurai Girl.
I played the beta when it came out. I was a huge fan of the game, and we played it for a little bit, and then I just kind of fell off because I get bored with games that don't
Yeah.
really, I don't know, and they don't add enough in terms of like,
like keep up with that.
well, different like abilities and
there's-
stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's not much like changes amongst characters. There are certain characters that negate one another now. That are pretty much like the
Mhm.
same person,
Right.
But it's a really fun 5v5. It's just like, your tolerance is gonna vary, I guess. Like in your, it's just I don't think it's one of those games that could maintain itself for too long.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for like a really easy alternative where you can be on controller or mouse or KBM, it doesn't matter. Like I play on
Mhm.
controller and I do really well, so that's saying something. So everyone here should be great at the fucking game,
I think I tried it before I even played Valorant, to be honest.
I think
I
Valorant.
think
I think it was Valorant.
Wasn't it out before Valorant?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I tried it before
yeah.
I played Valorant. Like that was like one of my first games I played.
Yeah,
I got my
it's
PC.
I would say it's a low skill ceiling game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It
I
really
agree.
is, yeah.
I agree.
Fun,
Okay.
but like I can't play it like every day. Otherwise, I'll
Yeah.
get upset.
Okay, this last one's pertaining to me, but this is still applicable to you guys because I'll ask it of you too. What are the next 5 goals in Chibi's career? So I guess my question is, what are the next 5 goals in your careers? Jack, yours could be gaming. Ken, yours could be content creating.
We're talking about like not like our real jobs.
I mean, you can do your real jobs. I mean, shit. That's why they did quote unquote chibis for me because that is pertaining
Let's
to my
hear it.
streaming.
Let's hear it, Chibi, so we can critique you and judge.
I mean, my first
Go
one that
on.
I still am trying to work with is consistency.
Mhm.
Not even just streaming, but like posting content. Now that I'm semi doing okay on Instagram, I feel
What's that character you keep doing on TikTok and stuff like
yeah.
that?
Thank
No,
you.
what's
Yeah,
that
that was
character?
working.
Yeah.
I thought you were Hunter. No,
What's that?
have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Shizuku,
Oh,
the
it's
Spider Girl.
I was like, who's that? I was like, why is everyone so hyped up about it? She's just short, guys. Like,
Everybody enjoyed it. Thank you. Okay, it's almost at 400K views. Rude.
Nice.
Thank you. My one video, and we're riding the wave.
Just
But just
continuously
being
doing
more
it.
consistent. After going to MegaCon, I really want to do better cosplays. Like MegaCon really inspired me to step up my fucking game because some were just absolutely amazing. Number 3, I think would just to try to get out of the mindset of numbers and still focus on quality over quantity. Because that's what I like in theory, like I do enjoy my community and where it's going, but I'm just I don't know. I feel like as a Twitch streamer, especially if you're trying to make it big, it's so important to think about numbers as well. But I'm still just trying to
I mean,
shift my mind a little bit more
I
to
think like
loyalty and
I think for you
all that.
also, like I always see you like maybe it's a career, right? I don't know if you think of it as a career being that type of content creator.
I just don't think I'm good enough.
I think you're
Like truly.
I think you're doing
What?
fine.
I know,
I mean,
like truly, like I'm being realistic. Like I don't know.
essentially, it's just like
It's
consistency, and then like once again, luck. Put yourself
it's
out
it's
there on other
all
platforms.
right now. To me, I think it's
That's a
truly
big
it's
thing.
straight up
It
luck.
really
It's
is. It's
consistency is nice, but I mean, and I'm not gonna trash talk anyone
no.
specifically,
No, go
I
ahead,
I
but
shit
I
I've
talk
know where
me.
you're
seen
going with
some.
this.
No, I've seen some streams out there that they'll have like 7,500 people watching at a time. And I'm like,
What are
and
you
there's
doing?
no quality. There's no
Yeah,
like
it's
the
just
mic could
them
be
saying it.
shitty.
Yeah.
So it's not really.
Yeah,
It's not really.
Jack, don't call people out, man. Do it surreptitiously. Just
No,
like
no. Call
surreptitiously,
them
just
out.
talk shit.
Call them out.
What are their
Call out
names?
their name. Write it out.
Doochie D is one of them.
I don't stream.
I'm joking.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
If
Back on
dude,
it.
if you
That guy.
catch me with 7,500 fucking people, dude, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, who are these
No,
other
but
bums? Like, Jack, I streamed for the
like,
first day. I
I
have
agree.
7,500
I can
viewers. What
agree
are you
with you.
doing?
I
like
think for me though, I'm just like I have no luck. I have no RNG.
yeah. I mean, your quality's there. You're
I
good
appreciate it.
enough for it. It's there's no way in hell you should ever be saying you're not good enough.
It's just I'm my biggest critic, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I would love to
Steve,
make this a career. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well,
We'll
I know how
see.
badly you
See how
don't
it
want to
goes.
be a teacher anymore.
Tired. I'm literally exhausted. I'm counting
I
down
think
the fucking
you'd
weeks.
be just as tired as a content creator too.
I know, but
Like
it's a different type of
like one of my
tired.
favorite content creators. This is someone who I'd meet. I figured out like Maximilian Dude also. So Max is like he's probably the biggest fighting game content creator, and then he's also like a massive stream. Like he averages like I think like 12,000 people per his stream.
Nice.
But
Mhm.
like he is like obsessed about quality, and he's Jack's age. So this dude like consistently like he struggled for like 10 to 15 years putting out content
Mhm.
constantly daily. He still fucking like does daily videos on YouTube and content at the same time.
So
Yeah. So like it's just you gotta work to get your stuff seen.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. I know it's tiring. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, I tried going full time before
Oh,
being a
for the
teacher.
Valorant stuff, right?
No, just like in general, being like a Twitch streamer, and
Oh,
it was very taxing, like on my mental health. Like it was hard. I mean, this is when I was smaller, so I think I was a little too ambitious. But like, it was hard.
I
So
mean,
no,
but you
I
can't
know
get
it's
any
hard,
taller.
but for me, I think knowing that and what to expect, I think I could go into it with a stronger mental fortitude, But like having to deal with screaming children. I have a new student this week. How do I keep getting new kids? I have 19.
They
Having 19 screaming 7-year-olds all day, I have no patience anymore.
who are
I
learning how to put
don't.
together sentences and stuff like that. Yeah,
It's hard.
dude, that's my
Gotta
kid
read.
right now. She's like saying stuff. I'm like, you got to speak up because dad doesn't know what the fuck you're saying. And I'm not drunk right now. So, what do you want? You want
I'm
cookies?
actually not drunk.
What do you want? You want graham crackers? Like,
I would pay.
honey, can
I
you
would
get her to
pay.
stop talking to me?
I would pay good money to see you as a dad for one day.
No,
I would pay
you,
good money.
dude.
Can you just vlog? Can you vlog
I
one day,
let
please?
my kid do like I'm like stern at times, but like when she says certain things, I like melt as a person. Seriously.
Yeah.
My wife, I
Yeah.
tell my wife like, you want me to be the bad guy, but when I'm like when she says stuff to me and it's like super sweet, like I don't think about that shit anymore.
Yeah. No, I understand. That's me with my kids. They'll do something terrible and they'll look at me and be like, "Can I get a hug? I love you so much." I'm like, "Come here."
So
sorry to go off topic
what do
again.
you have? You have 3 left, right? 2 or 3 left.
Oh, I have 2 left. I think I have 2 left. Fourth one, I think would just be kinder to myself as a streamer, like in general. Like, I mean, you can kind of tell I'm a hard ass on myself, truly.
Oh,
Um,
we're our own worst critics.
exactly. So it's like a double-edged sword. The last one for me would to be partner. I think that would make me feel better
That'd be
about
validation.
myself. It'd be
Right.
validation
Well, I mean,
that
how long have both of you been streaming for?
mine has been
2 years,
2.5 years.
right?
September 2020.
2020, right?
Yeah. So I started in August.
I mean, like realistically, this is not like me being a dick to
No, you're
anyone,
fine.
but like you guys are pretty much like what it realistically looks like to be a content creator. Like sometimes,
Mhm.
but the thing is, like, I think we had this discussion with Phil last week, Jack, where it's like sometimes what happens is like people will catch fire on like TikTok or whatever, but TikTok doesn't translate to Twitch, doesn't translate to YouTube. None of that
No.
And
shit.
that's my
No.
issue with
TikTok
Instagram right
I've
is
now.
seen people with millions of followers on TikTok, but
1,000 people. Yeah.
100,000
No, they'll have
on
like
Instagram.
1,000 on YouTube or some shit,
Yeah.
right? It's like
People like them for different reasons.
I think
Yeah.
IG would be about that too, but like
No,
it's
that's my Instagram
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
All
It
these
really depends
followers
on the
and all
demographic
that
that you hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
because it's really easy for like that that quick kind of satisfaction, but like you guys are like a realistic, I would say, depiction of what it takes to like, for Twitch, because it's not like it's a slow process, and
It is.
you'll hear content creators who've made it, who struggled to get to 1 million or struggled to get to like 500,000, and they're just like, dude, it was like I thought it was a full-time career at first because it was that's all they were doing, but a lot of people are like they have jobs, and then they have like, but the thing is like they'll become like a niche content creator,
Mhm.
and then they're
Yeah.
fucking miserable, it looks like, because of
Yeah.
that, like you have people who like they hit it big on like a trophy hunting thing. There's a guy I follow, his name's Sandwiches. He came out of fucking nowhere. He was doing like the hardest trophies. He had one video hit it like 1 million. He has like his but that's his entire page now, and he wants to do more. He
Mhm.
actually said he wants to do more, but it's like once you start trailing off into different content, like you start
You start losing
viewership.
it. Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I think that needs to be a slow burn kind of thing.
Mhm.
In order for him to be able to
like,
maintain
be-
a large amount of
yeah, I mean,
concurrent viewers.
he has like a really good following, like a really good viewership when he posts all these videos. But like, I know that like when he posts something that's not him trophy hunting or committing himself to like a really hard game, it's
The
gonna
numbers
be,
are lower.
yeah, the numbers
Yeah.
are the views are gonna be so much lower. That's just
Yeah.
what it is. I think
But
you guys are doing
he's
fine.
got sometimes he can like prep
Yeah.
the people for that.
But
Like,
I really like it. Like he when I first followed him, he had like 1,000 followers on Twitch, and then he
Oh.
had that massive YouTube hit. But it he now is on like 12K. But like he went from like I think like 2,000 on YouTube, or like 1,000 on YouTube, to like 130,000 within like 2
Holy
months.
shit.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
But that's because like he had he found his niche. But it's like I don't think
Mhm.
it's something that most people get satisfied with.
Yeah.
So but I think you guys are like a realistic depiction of this. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people should, like, when they see you guys, it's like, dude, this is what streaming looks like. Like, these are like really quality
Yeah.
setups, right? They have really invested communities. They're really friendly toward people, but it's like, unless like Jack was committed to Valorant or Destiny, like I've seen Jack, like, brand new people just popping in all the time when he plays Destiny. They're like, "Hey man, you
Yeah,
play this before?" He's
Destiny's-
like, "Nope." He's like, "I just jumped back into it." And he's like, they're like, "Oh man, that's great." And they'll like talk to him for a little bit. But
Yeah.
when he's not playing Destiny, they won't be there.
No.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. So that's just how it is. But I mean, wait, Kristen, I thought you. Oh, I'm sorry, Chibi. Chibi, I thought you wanted to be a writer.
I do.
What happened to that?
Anxiety. Again, it's the same thing. I don't think I'm good enough,
I don't
but how do I know if I don't try?
I don't know.
I don't know if I
it.
don't try.
I don't know if
I
you
would
watched
love
our
to be
last-
a fantasy writer.
I don't know if
We
you
can
watched
do
our
a
last
whole fucking podcast about me talking about how much I love
I
reading.
don't know
already.
if you watched like our last podcast, but that was like something that like Brad had told Phil. He had told him that I was a writer, and I was like, "Well, yeah, I used to write short stories. I used to write poetry.
I didn't fucking know this.
I had something. I had my friend. So my friend Marla, this is in high school. I wrote something, so I was like, "Here, you can use it." And she took it and posted it in this like forum, in like the 2000s. and it fucking like won. I said posted as anonymous, and it won like a bunch of things and stuff like
Can
that.
you send it to me so I can read it?
I don't have it anymore. That
you
was like
fucker.
I gave it to her like as like a like here. It was like on it was like the early days of Messenger, and I was like, here, you can have it. You know, do your thing with it, because she used to see some of my poetry before. And then like I told Jack, I was like Jack and Brad, I was like I tried to write a book once. I got to like 170 some odd pages, and then I had the worst writer's block. You think you're a bad
that's
critic?
my issue.
You think you're a bad critic?
No.
When I get to
No, I've been trying to write this shit for 5 years.
when I get to
and
like
I have writer's block.
when I get to like a certain point, and I had things planned out, by the way.
Yeah.
I had like this whole thing.
That's how
planned
you
out.
have to.
I wrote, and then I sat down and I went, this is not good enough. And I fucking like deleted the entire thing. Same thing with drawing. Like
never delete. You just leave it there because you come back to it.
I just have ideas and stuff.
I do too. I have a whole book, but I don't throw it away. I keep it. You reuse, you recycle.
I don't take it seriously. I make jokes to my wife. I'm like listen.
I'm gonna kill him.
I was like,
Jack.
I was like, you should quit. He's like, let me quit my job and let me be a full-time writer.
That's what I told Colby.
And my wife's like, no. I was like, you just hate me in my dreams. You know?
You don't want to see me successful. So, Ken, what I'm hearing is me and you have to write a book.
I mean,
if you writing a manga? What are you writing?
I'm more like young adult fantasy.
It's like it's like Twilight.
Not that. Think of like
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games-esque, but more magical.
Yeah, whimsical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
love
mine was like a thriller
elements.
espionage.
Oh, I want to write a good mystery.
Like mine was called, what was the title? I called it Convicted, where it's like a former fucking spy, former CIA asset who happens to be like so pretty much like have you ever seen No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
So like it pretty much the POV is mostly from like it's like his old handler who's like constantly like 1 or 2 steps behind him the entire time as the character works to evade and then avenge like, you know, the things that are happening to certain comrades and people who got killed. I was like super into it, and I was like, well, that's about that time. And my brother was like, why'd you quit doing it? Oh, and my friend was like, he used to do like the Stewie thing. He's like, where's that book, Brian? And I'm like, you know what?
Where's that book?
Because I start
saying that to you every time.
How about you go fuck yourself?
I think the furthest I got was like 60 pages in mine.
Hi. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
Surprise.
Yeah, so this is my kid. I'll blur her face out.
She's so cute. Oh, sweetie baby.
What's up?
But yeah, I got 60 pages through mine, and then I was like, put that on the back burner.
Yeah.
Put her on the back burner. I still have it. It's just I reused the idea though for what I like currently want to write. So like what I want to do that I've been trying to do for the last like 5 years is involving like Arcana, because you know I love Persona.
Yeah.
So like each Arcana would be a different type of magic user, and it's like a secret organization.
Oh yeah. I mean, I try not to
like
with fantasy though. You have to like develop the world too.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do, and I just keep going back and forth between my ideas. But before I even write, I need a solid.
Yeah, that's why.
So if it ever becomes an animated show, hire me as a voiceover.
For what?
I've always wanted to be a voiceover.
Like a manga. That'd be cool. If I could find someone to really want to draw, I could definitely make this shit into a manga.
I mean, Jack might know some artists.
Yeah, I might know some.
Hit me up, because I could definitely see this into a fucking manga.
Yeah. Hey, I've always wanted to try out some voiceovers.
Hell yeah.
Let's push to Jack real quick about the career
Yeah.
stuff. Jack, give me the
I'm
5.
sorry. I got really excited. See, you're not allowed to do this to me.
Shit. I'm not going to talk about my regular career.
Okay.
I will. Listen.
Okay, 1, get out of my regular career.
Yes.
Mood, knuckle punch for that one.
2, I would love...
Did you say knuckle punch?
If I had the opportunity to just... If I ever came across winning lottery ticket, I would have like half my day would be dedicated to like cooking things I've always wanted to cook, because I would have the time to fucking prep and actually enjoy it. I would have the other half or part be content creation, which includes streaming. And then I would have a part of it. So it'd probably break out into thirds: cooking, this content creation, and then some kind of creativity stuff. Like I'd love to do start building more Gundams. I would like to get into putting together cosplay stuff.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
because I mean that's fun to do. But I don't have the storage. So what I would do is I would build all these things and give them away.
Hmm.
I want to be involved in more charity stuff. I would love to
Hmm.
have my own like charity tournaments.
Put me on there,
Um,
Chief. I'm with
yeah,
you.
do whether it's gaming or like a golf tournament, um, or like bowling since I bowl. Um,
He's a good bowler, by the way.
but
I'm pretty
Fucking
subpar. I'm
Jack's
pretty subpar, but
Jack's a
I'll
damn good
try.
bowler. He almost get.
Right.
What's your average right now?
my average does not reflect how good I can bowl sometimes. I'm very inconsistent. My average is 197.
197. But you bowled near
Uh,
like I've seen you
but
bowl like what
I can
near 300,
bowl
right?
265. I can bowl
Ah,
275.
damn. I think the highest I ever did was like 120.
You know what's funny is that most Filipinos are good bowlers. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, Raph. The bitch loves to bowl. Every time he comes to Orlando, he's like, "Let's bowl."
I used to upset people in the Navy, like because my friend Tom was actually a semi-pro bowler. He and
Mhm.
his wife's a better bowler than him. They used to go to Vegas to like and win tournaments like constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
crazy. But like I'd bowl with him.
Right.
I'm like, dude, I get like 160 or some shit. But like I was like, dude, he's like, that's cool, man. I'm like, dude, why the fuck are you so good at this? It's so awkward. He
Sometimes,
pulls out his own ball and stuff like that. I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, literally, own ball, own shoes.
What are
Like,
the
what the
what are
fuck?
the what
Yep.
are the lanes looking like? Like what's the grease on the lanes and stuff like that? No,
Yes,
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
know that was a
depending on how
thing.
the lane is determines where you're gonna
Yeah,
roll
I
exactly.
did not know
or what ball you're
that.
gonna use.
Yep.
It's
And different
insane. Did not know
houses
that.
will oil their lanes
Yep.
differently.
That's
Whole
crazy.
whole
I'm like,
science behind that shit,
what?
man. A lot of Filipinos
Yeah.
are into that. They're into that and they're into pool. Like they love fucking
I
pool.
will
I
say
used
I
to
do
get into
love
pool.
pool.
Yeah, me
I'm
I
too.
pretty
used to
good
get
at
in. I
pool.
have a pool stick that I bought that's custom, and I
Mm.
never played league wise.
Mm.
But no, it's I would love to one day maybe have my own actual nonprofit
So,
charity organization
mhm.
and kind of carry it the same way that Chive does it.
Oh
So
yeah.
Chive doesn't support one specific charity, but they do,
Mhm.
or what they used to. I don't know. I haven't kept up with them
Mhm.
lately, but what they used to do and may still do is they every month they pick a charity or
Oh,
group of charities that don't typically get
that
uh,
love.
that love,
Mhm.
and then all like the proceeds from their clothing and stuff like that all go to it.
Oh,
I
So
remember
I would
Chai
love
for
to
a
be
that's
able
so
different
to,
sweet.
reason.
And I like that.
yeah, huh?
I remember
Oh,
Chai for a
yeah,
different
yeah,
reason.
yep, yes. So Chive has two parts:
Yes, it does.
curing boredom and charity.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
worry,
Yeah,
you don't worry about that. This
yeah.
is grown adult speaking.
um.
You can
So
blur these out.
I'm not.
yeah, if I could, I would like have my own charity organization and probably still support what Extra Life supports. Just not just that. I would start branching out into like other areas like cancers things.
Yeah.
You
You're a
know,
good person,
The
Josh. All
animals.
right. You're a good person.
animals. Yeah,
This dude, when I was like, when I donated the toys, I was like, Kent's going to a good charity. I was like, okay, fine, dude.
yeah.
I know your
No.
shit goes to a good cause. Like, even if Brad was being a dick, and he's like, 100% goes to goddamn charity, Brad. I was like, I think
I'm
you're,
a giver.
I think you're like one of the only streamers I know who does that. You know?
I feel like a bad person.
No,
No,
I admire. I
no.
admire Jack so much for doing it, and I'm like,
No,
one day I
that's
can be like this when I'm financially stable.
I do it because I can and not many people can. So
Yeah,
I try to do it in honor of everybody who can't.
yeah.
Jack's a good
You're
dude.
gonna make me cry right now. Like it's always so sweet. No, seriously, it's just
What a
it's
piece
so
of shit. He's always
nice.
trying to outshow everybody. What a piece of shit. That's
No, fuck you, Fred. Jack is wholesome. I stand by Jack. Hashtag
Thank
stand by
you.
Jack.
guy's a piece
Thank
of
you.
this
Thank
guy's
you.
a piece
There
of
we go.
shit. He's got some skeletons in his closet. There's some
Cup
dead
dogs in the
people there.
back. Fuck you, Jack.
there's some dead people there, you know.
Yeah, right. I don't show where the bodies are hidden.
Under the
As you should.
floorboards. Anything else?
Okay, Edgar Allan Poe, calm down.
You see those?
I was a
you
huge
see
fan of
that
Poe, by the way.
artwork back there?
I
That's
was
the
too. Oh, I mean, still am.
Poe and Robert Frost were like my two favorite
the souls
poets.
of every hater exists in all those artwork pieces of art back behind me,
Hell yeah.
It's like the Evil Within 2.
and Funkos.
And
And
Funkos.
and the Funkos.
Funkos are made from the skin of the people who I hate.
Literally, Jack just did the outro for fucking JJK and
Jesus.
Funkos.
Oh, Jesus. Is that it, Jack? You thought that you're
Yeah.
anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
that's
I
all.
think yours are mostly real, except for the winning the lottery thing, dude. I so
It'll
like
never
if
happen.
I had
It'll
like
never
the
happen.
one thing I want you to do, I do want you to do cooking on your channel, on your
Yeah.
on your Twitch
I
channel.
We
have
still gotta make
before, yeah.
lumpia. We still gotta make
We
lumpia
do.
together.
Yes.
'Cause
We
I'm
I
still
want to.
gonna-
I've thought about like we should definitely do like a duo like cooking
Yeah.
thing every so
I'm
often.
down. I am so down.
And like what we could do is just pick recipes we would never
Mhm.
really do,
Yeah.
make them, and then just see
How they
what
look.
they look
Mine
like.
would be garbage, man. Yeah. No, I'd be down. Just yell at me and do it, and I'm down.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Beat.
We still have to do the Rocket League again. Just yell at me, and I'm down.
Yeah, we do have to do
we're
that.
trying to figure that out. I have to.
You're fine. Just let me know.
All right. So I guess we're back on me. But
Oh, come on, man.
I think career wise, like I'm stable. Like I've told people, like I people think that like at my job, they're like, are you gonna leave? Are you gonna look for a higher position? I'm like, no, because I don't want to be in supervision. So I don't want to supervise or be in management anymore. So I
Right.
finally found like a good place to be at. So I'm like, nah. Unless this place, all this place has to do, all I have to do is like go up one step in terms of like a senior position again, and then I'm like,
Oh.
I'm literally not doing shit for the rest of my life. That's pretty much where it's at. Content creation wise, I mean, like, I'm making the stuff I wanted to make, like when I was younger, and then getting to make all the video essays, scripted, non-scripted. I'm consistent. I think I'm pretty consistent in the schedule.
Yeah, you've been pretty
For
consistent.
sure.
I mean,
You
it's a
inspire me.
weird thing because like my kid, like you saw my kid. My kid's like very independent of me. When my wife's around, she's like fucking latched onto her. But to me, she's like, hey, he's like, all right, you can go upstairs.
You can do you, Dad. It's all right. I got my chalky note.
You can leave me be for a minute. And so I'll fucking, I'll have time to complete some of the series I wanted to create when I was younger. And then, because like, I mean, I couldn't do content creation in the Navy. And we're slowly progressing along. I think me and Jack, we're gonna try to collaborate on the Jedi Fallen Order stuff for a giveaway for the end of the month.
Gotta do that.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you more about it. I don't ever want to stream, so that's never gonna fucking happen. You guys are good on that. I don't know. Like I think like most of the stuff I've been trying to do, I've been able to do. There's probably
That's
like
good.
bigger projects I want to do, but there's at this point in time, there's no way I can commit to like making an hour or 40-minute video. Like my tops right now is like 20 minutes. There's just no fucking shot. Like a lot of this stuff is very difficult. Like
It's
doing
hard.
like getting gameplay, scripting. I want to do more collaboration stuff with everyone here. Like I did one with Brad, did one with Jack. I got one with Chibi eventually. We'll get down to that. But like I
I
have
forgot to record my gameplay. I literally played it the other day. Okay.
it's just essentially like just suggestions for stuff that you guys want to talk about in games, that type of stuff. And I think it's progressing well. I mean, I and I don't want to funnel myself. That's essentially it. Like I really don't. Once again, this is a hobby. It's a nice hobby to have, right? I think I've gotten to the point because I'm at the age. Same thing with Jack. Like I think we're at the age where like we can kind of have like adult money and kind of fuck around. Like Jack will be painting his miniatures. I have like a digital art tablet. I have content creation stuff like that. So it's been fun. Like we got the podcast off the ground. We got some. I do want to get more guests on. I like the fact, Chibi, that you have like your ideas are like you're actually taking point on that, which is nice. So, because like my first thought was like, I don't know if Chibi's gonna be too busy and make me like think of stuff to talk about. I was like,
Oh
shit.
no, I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be responsible. That's also like my goal. Like I don't want to make you guys feel like I'm not involved or like I'm not excited for this.
Don't ever think that.
You know what I mean? Like
There was
I don't. I want
There
to
was
pull
a
my
funny
weight.
joke. It was Josh Smith, dude. I'm gonna talk a little shit. He was like, I was like, Josh, you see the new video? He's like, Ken, is it pixelated thought? Is it Ken and his Ken and pixelated thoughts? Is it pixelated thoughts? Is that Ken and like his friends? And I was like, no. They have like Chibi and Jack do like the streaming side, and Brad
he
does.
knows who I am.
Yeah. But that's why I said they do the streaming stuff, And then Brad does like the Discord mod. He does like a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like helping me and stuff like that. And then Brad also somehow will like pull up random fucking guests somehow, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know if he annoys them into submission or something. But Brad will come through with like a guest that we actually have, like, you know, we'll talk about them and they'll just show up. Like I loved having Phil on. It was really cool having like an individual who's an entrepreneur, a person who had like done a lot of stuff pre-COVID, you know, and then is trying to pick himself back up and do a lot of really cool projects. I was super fascinated by that conversation. And I think that's where I would like logically the next step is to get like more content creators, like mostly from like Chibi side. I want to know, like, if you have like anyone that you know that you follow that you want to have them come on so we can talk to them, get them on. Absolutely.
I can run my noodle
What's gonna be
around.
great is that when
I
I'm on,
strive to have a community like Chibi's.
yeah,
You have a great community.
I have
you
a great
are part of
community.
my community. I'm part of yours.
eventually I want to get Mama on too. By the way, I've been talking about that.
I
don't know-
love Mama so
I don't know.
much.
Yeah, you gotta. You know,
Yeah.
I want to get like all the chair. I want to talk to her about like. I mean, she's a mom and she does like fucking 48-hour
I would
streams.
love to
like,
hear
what
her
the
story.
Fuck, dude?
I always am in awe of how
How
she
are you
is.
doing a
How does she
48-hour
maintain?
stream,
Yeah.
bro?
She's
Jesus,
amazing.
I'll
Yeah.
be burned.
She is amazing. I love her so much. I respect her so much.
So
I
Chibi,
love that.
you were like, oh, are we gonna hit like an hour and a half? Like we did. We're over. So
I know we did
Yeah.
also. We did also
I'll do
social.
the outro for this.
Okay,
So-
sorry. We were just having so much fun.
Yeah, this is a good stream. Thank you, Chibi, for bringing up the JJK stuff. Thanks to
Anytime.
partial thanks to our community for some questions and also being shitters at the same time.
Thank you, my down bad Discord.
Watch
Well, and that's what I mean. You have a super involved community, which is awesome.
bunch of psychopaths and miscreants.
We're the community of the outcasts,
Yeah.
the chaotic
They're like-
energy.
they're like-
The good thing is, if you ever want to laugh, just hop in chat. You'll have a great time.
Make sure you go ahead and follow Chibi at Chibi Rabbit on Twitch and Jacqueline Cruel. Their socials are going to be in the
Hell
video.
yeah.
Like the content, like, share, and subscribe to us. We're always looking forward to hearing new people talk about our content or, you know, talk
Please.
shit in general. It's completely
Please
fine.
talk shit.
Chibi says she's going to go on like her Instagram of God knows. How many you have people now? How many people following?
Hold on. I was okay. So like 3 days ago, I had 2,500.
Nice.
At the moment, we are at 4,800.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Chibi's going to do something.
Keep up that momentum.
and try to
Try.
get
We
people
will
on,
try.
try to get push people to our YouTube, and they're probably gonna be like, "How come she's not cosplaying on here?"
I'm sorry. I ran on a cosplay.
They were looking for the thirst traps. Like, there's no thirst trap on here. You fucking lied.
I'm sorry. I have a Maki cosplay coming, but it's gonna be the Maki from the manga.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
feel like that
that's-
one would be
That's
dope
a
as
massive
shit. You know what I
spoiler,
mean?
and Jack can't watch that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put a big ass spoiler, but I have I have the materials for it. That's
The
what I'm gonna
materials.
say.
I can
Oh,
ever
yes.
get started into it. I can start cosplaying. I just don't know what I would
The
fit right
Mandalorian.
into.
I feel that. That's a struggle trying to
Do your
find like
build
your own
stuff, man.
identity within it.
Do your like you built some cool shit, right? You built like that Mandalorian costume. So I mean,
Yeah, I have that.
Dude,
I could always
You
do one
cosplay Star
episode with that.
Wars.
that'd be sick. Yeah.
Oh
I'm all
yeah.
about that. Next up will be the Pixelated Thoughts podcast. I don't know what we have going on, but I'm pretty sure I'll just ask Jack to fucking come up with something. I mean, we
If
still
not,
have,
I can look around too and see
you
what
know
I
what?
can
You
noodle
know
up.
what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
The
For the next
AI.
episode, I do want Chibi on the Pixelated Thoughts podcast.
Still.
Right? So Chibi, you can come up with something.
Okay.
By the way, because it's a podcast, it is completely fine if we like repeat content sometimes because, you know, we're now posted on YouTube, so I'm completely cool with that. But anyway, I'm Ken from Pixelated Thoughts. The entire crew can wave and stuff like that. That's great too. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.